So, you may know that yin yoga targets our connective tissue rather than our muscles. Well, what exactly does that mean? First, let's review the four main types of connective tissue.
Ligaments attach bone to bone. This is a sketch of our knee, and the ligaments are shown in pink. You've probably heard of someone with a torn ACL, or anterior cruciate ligament. What that means is one of those pink ligaments in the middle, holding the knee in place, got torn. Ligaments can get stretched, which we call a sprain, or they can tear completely. The fact is, they are very important to connect our bones and provide stability, but they aren't very stretchy. They'll only stretch about 4% before they start to tear. Tendons are a little different. Rather than connecting bone to bone, tendons connect a muscle to a bone. This example shows the Achilles tendon, the big tendon behind your heel that attaches the calf muscle to the heel bone. Like ligaments, tendons only stretch about 4% before they start to tear. The good news is that tendons can be made stronger by very carefully and slowly loading them or making them work more. But slow and steady is very important.
Fascia is the third type of connective tissue. It can be hard to show a good image of fascia, but imagine a mesh-like or web-like structure made out of fibrous tissue. It's found throughout our body, wrapping around things like muscles or organs, helping to provide structure and hold everything in place.
Cartilage is the last type of connective tissue. Cartilage doesn't really connect things, but rather it plays an important support role. For example, here's that picture again of the knee joint. The white material coating the upper and lower part of the knee joint is cartilage. It provides a smooth surface so as the bones move back and forth over each other, the joint moves smoothly. The white cup-like structures in the middle are also cartilage called the meniscus, and these can get torn if we move the knee in an awkward position. Okay, let's review. So ligaments, like the ones in our knee, connect bone to bone. The tendons, like in our Achilles, attach muscle to bone. The fascia is a web-like tissue that holds everything together, and the cartilage provides support in our. So you don't need to memorize all of this, but it will help explain how yin works. So all that connective tissue, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia, and the cartilage, they're all made up of three key ingredients. There's collagen, elastin, which is a little bit more stretchy, and ground substance, which is a gel-like material that we're actually still learning a lot about. So, a little bit more on ground substance. It's made up of protein, water, and GAGs, or glycosaminoglycans. One super important GAG is called hyaluronic acid, and it's important because this molecule attracts water. You may have heard of hyaluronic acid before because it's found in moisturizers and anti-aging creams for the face. Well, it also works well in the connective tissue, where it attracts water and keeps these connective tissues from getting dried out and stiff. Another interesting thing about ground substance is that it seems to help resist compression. So when an area of the body is being squeezed, it's thought that this resistance might actually be creating a tiny electric charge in that area that may signal other parts of the body. There's a lot we still don't understand, but some people think that these signals may actually represent the Eastern idea of meridians. There's more on meridians later in this module and how they relate to yin yoga.
There are two main forces happening during yin yoga. The first is tension. Tension means that we're applying an elongating force along a soft tissue. When we talk about applying tension to muscles, it means that we're stretching them. But that's not really what's happening in yin. In yin, connective tissues don't really stretch. Nevertheless, small amounts of gentle tension can be applied to connective tissue, helping create length and lubrication.
The second major force is compression, which means we are squeezing an area like a knee joint or a hip joint when we bend it. When an area with connective tissue is squeezed and then released, it can flush out, sort of like a sponge that fills up with water after it's been squeezed and released. So, given what we know about these forces, compression and tension, the importance of hyaluronic acid in attracting moisture to tissues, and the role of the connective tissue, it's thought that yin yoga, when practiced slowly and regularly, can help keep our joints healthy and strong.
There are two main components to a yin yoga practice. The first is time, and the second is gravity. Time, the holding of the postures for 3 to 5 minutes each, leads to small but significant changes in our connective tissue. We don't want sharp, quick movements because our connective tissue doesn't respond well to that. We don't rely on our muscles during a yin practice. Instead, we find our asana or position, and then we allow gravity to exert its gentle forces on our body. So yin brings attention to our low spine and our hips, but it also has benefits on other joints like our knees and shoulders. And with this effect on the fascia, which reaches throughout our body, yin's benefits actually extend to our entire body. And then with the quiet that we experience with yin, there are benefits as well for our mind and spirit.